Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mavis, your friendly neighborhood veteran. I have decided to split Scarlet Hollow episode 4 into 2. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we go ahead and get started with this. This is a very awesome episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved every moment of it. A lot of twists and turns, especially the plot twist there. You get the hint in episode 3, but you don't know what's coming in episode 4. But definitely check these guys out on YouTube. They're not YouTube, but on their Discord, and follow them on Twitter and Instagram. Definitely check them out on Instagram because they usually announce stuff on there too. I follow them on Instagram as well. The creators did an amazing work with this episode, and I love it, dude. I freaking love it. It was great. I loved every moment. But take care and God bless. I know this is pre-recorded by perchance. I had to split both. So, welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Everything goes black. Your vision swims black into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Rhys leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey! I was worried you slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving, and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. I know you warned me this might happen, but are you okay? Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come to in the morgue. Wait, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts? No, nothing. You just fell down, twisted a little, and when you seemed stable, I carried you back here. That was a few hours ago. But you have a delicate constitution. I'm sure I'll pay for it later. I should probably get going. Stella's still missing, and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The doc is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. But after I looked this up, there's no way I was going to take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years. I've been thinking about what you said at dinner last night, and I don't see any other possibility. It's only been a day since I've stopped taking my pills, and I feel great. I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. You blocked your door? Of course I did. Put a chair in front of it. It's never failed me before. We don't need her coming down here to finish me off, or whatever it is she might do now that I know what her treatment plan has been all these years. So you're holding me hostage down here until what exactly? Hostage? I'm doing this to protect you, to protect both of us. I'm fucking with you. We shouldn't underestimate her. I have these weird memories. I always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations, but now I think she's used tranquilizers on me other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of these memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. Well, we'll wait until she's asleep. Then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. I don't get why your mom would poison you, though. I had that feeling in the past episode 3, like, something's off. I don't know. But the internet says this is castor bean. It's used to make ricin, a super deadly poison that causes some of my exact symptoms. And death Usually. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly or if she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. She sure found a cure for that. Rhys is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is enough proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. With your evidence, you should be able to go to the cops. Maybe not the local cops, but a cops. I do have the castor bean from the pharmacy, but I'd still have to prove where I got it from, and that she used it to poison me. It's possible the cops might just think I snapped and it could turn out even worse for me. I don't think the doc would hesitate to have me committed if it meant she could keep her hold on me. We need to get you out of here. Who knows what she'll do when she finds out what you know? Where will we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. One step at a time. Let's just start by waiting out your mom and getting out of here. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror of the rest of my life. We'll see if we can wait her out. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it is yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them anyway. The distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. I believe you owe me a showing of Shinochi, Deathblood. I believe I do. Rhys gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to the sort of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room. Or maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time. But with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course, the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs had been poisoning her son since his teens. I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up trying to back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the narrative that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe you got fangs, bro. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person, or talk to people ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Rhys hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. Something is changing inside of him. Rhys, you feel different, like your whole personality is changing. Is everything okay? Everything is more than okay. I haven't felt this good I don't think I've ever felt this good. A man on the screens yelled portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And when that horror sees you back, incredible, cosmic horror in the truest sense. Rhys is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, what with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. It's more than just something that's changing in Rhys. It's everything. There's a knock on the window. Mavis, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs. Enemies outside. We're surrounded. Oh, what? Rhys is saying this? Oh, I thought it was... Enemies upstairs. Enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wayne isn't going to hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. Yes, he will. He's furious with me. Can't you hear it? But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Mavis. Oh shit, the window shatters. Oh my god! As Rhys tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand! I'll pull you out! Leave us alone! Oh shit! In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Rhys finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off, and Wayne along with it. What do I do? Oh my god, Wayne's freakingly... Oh no! Oh no. Wayne's right there. I don't know what to do. Oh god. Let me save. Fucking Christ. Save. Okay, go back. Stay where I'm at. We aren't safe, but I can protect you. I can protect both of us from the people who want to control us. I feel strong now. I think I can save us. Stay here. I'll be right back. I just have to deal with the doc. Rhys storms up the stairs, leaving you with his smears. I don't know what to do. This is freaky. So her son, she found out her son has some sort of thing and she's been trying to weaken him to keep him from changing. Oh my god. I'm not gonna wait for Rhys in the basement. I don't know what to do. I must save it. Fuck. I should have listened to him. You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday, all intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads. You know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there is a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. You grasp the handle and turn. Duck! Duck. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air to hit Rhys. He pulls a tranquilizer dart out of his chest, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try harder than that, you bit.
No. How did you?
As if you could have hoped to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh.
Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between cracks in the wood. Rhys's panic pulling in a mob of furious smears. Rhys's panic pulling in a mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. The artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway and okay. You run forward, braving the onslaught of smears, dodging them as best as you can as you try to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker. You, Mavis. I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us.
What the hell is your son, ma'am?
I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty, but everyone said raising a teen was going to be a bitch, but they don't know the half of it. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. I'm here. Great. Now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled Carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore.
Whoop! An intercom system, Han Doc. You should hear this. Mavis, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right?
I need to drink water. This is...
And shove me back down in that basement. Or maybe something even worse. And keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now. Better than I ever felt in my entire life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me.
Oh my god. Wayne, help me.
Can't you two just get along? No. Sorry. We're past that point. I want retribution. Even more than that, I want security. As long as she lives, I'm in danger.
Rhys, I love you. I never wanted it to get to this point.
Don't try to make up for it now. It's too late. If you wanted a good relationship, you had your chance.
There's Wayne.
You had your chance, and you decided to convince me I was dying instead of letting me exist. Enough.
Rhys cries out in pain.
Ah! What the hell did you do to my shoulder?
You see, for the briefest instant, something coming out of Wayne's sleeve. It's just a flash of pale yellow. Then it's gone, slithering back into Wayne's clothes.
I'll handle it. Trying to get somewhere safe until then.
The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. You do as she says. The tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized woman. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint sealing it shut. Hurry! I don't think I can keep it open for long. We slipped past her into the safe room. We could kind of hear the characters' voices as it's being played, and I can kind of have an understanding or something like that. Whatever. I'll talk about it later. She shuts the door quite quickly through one of the little smears, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it. Painted mascara splatters across the cement floor. It sounds like Rhys and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. Oh, let's talk Rhys. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. Why did you start poisoning him? Dr. Kelly sighs. Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison, but the act of me giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was medicating his illness. It started when he was around 15. I've been giving him increasingly high doses of a Clonopin. We'll call it Clonopin. Clonopin. But his body kept adapting and his symptoms would come back, especially if he ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious and I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution. I took it. And I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had all the usual changes, then a few extra. Thickened nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out at a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now. Just a couple of inches and some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared. He could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off, or maybe a hallucination. But the second time, it wasn't as subtle, and it didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond my realm of expertise. Was his dad similar? A strange little smile creeps onto Dr. Kelly's face. I wish I knew. Rhys just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet. They were just dreams. But then, all of a sudden, my periods stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Rhys. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And if you've seen what he looks like, if you've seen what he looks like, it's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We only had 3 incidents like this before, maybe 4, depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. The relationship between you seems so difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's not like it was going to be sunshine and roses forever. No matter what, kids grow up and they change, sometimes for the worse. This is part of being a mom too. doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to go around eating people. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number one. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad, but every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a million teeth, and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. That doesn't mean he's dangerous. I mean, you are the biggest threat to him. Don't preach to me. Sure, right now I'm the focus of his eye, but who's to say he's not just going to find a new target once I'm out of the picture? I know what he's capable of, so it's my job to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. What's the game plan, both short and long term? Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. And be sarcastic. I see no flaws with this plan. Sarcasm. That's so Scarlet of you. It's okay. I know it's not a perfect plan, but it's better than the alternative of being torn to shreds by my own kid, or having to figure out how to kill someone I love who may or may not be unkillable. While we're at it, any other secrets you've been keeping? You have it all. You have no idea how relieved I am finally to say all this shit out loud. What is this room? Old x-ray room, lead walls. After I realized this whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote control locks. Glad it could finally come in handy. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way to the safe room. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Shit, this might be game time. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Oh my God!
Is this what you were so afraid of?
Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. You hand Dr. Kelly the tranquilizer darts. Dr. Kelly quickly loads them into her gun, leveling the barrel at her son. Thank God. Dr. Kelly sighs heavily, staring down at the warped figure of her son. I can drag him into the safe room on my own. I'll meet you at the front when I'm done. You return to the entrance of the clinic. Everything is quiet now. Only streaks of paint where Rhys's minions had once rolled out of the cracks in the wood. I hope you understand that this needs to stay between us. I don't care how much you feel like you need to share what just happened with other people. The more people know about this, the more trouble it is for me and for him. I don't need any more well-intentioned escape plans. Okay, thanks for the heads up, I guess. Can I come visit him? As long as you don't bring anyone else along, yes, that would be probably be good for him. I can't promise he'll want to see you, or that he won't have some harsh words if he does, but I don't want him to be entirely isolated. Do you think you'll let any of his friends in on this? She heaves a sigh. I'll have to think about it. We'd run the risk of one of them trying to break him out, but if he's stuck in a windowless room with no internet and no friends, that's a one-way ticket to insanity. Then I'd have an insane monster on my hands. Stella in particular would be a problem. That girl never knows how to mind her own business or follow other people's rules. and she would have absolutely no fear of what might happen if he was cut loose. Kanika, I might consider. She's got a bit of a bleeding heart and pretty inflexible morals, which could be a problem. On the other hand, I don't know how well she could keep a secret, and if Stella found out, then Kanika would probably be convinced to do a jailbreak, and then it'll all blow up in my face. You can probably tell I've put a lot of thought into this. It's the same calculation. I've been doing it for years, debating whether or not I could be fully upfront with any of them instead of just pushing them away and hoping they didn't notice what was really going on. She sighs again. Maybe I'll get him a kitten or something, like I did for Coco the gorilla. Might as well give him a tire swing while I'm at it. Some enrichment for his enclosure. I hate that I have to do this to him. Poor Rhys. I almost wish he was more like a werewolf. Transforms on a predictable schedule, isn't aware of himself when he does. It would make all of this a lot easier. Instead, I have to stare him in the eye while I turn the key, knowing that every time I do, I'm driving him further and further away from me. As much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I have to get to work. Gotta clean this place as best I can before tomorrow. And you should probably get home. It's dark. I'm sure your cousin is worried about you. You put your arms out for a hug. No offense, but I'm not a hugger. See you later, Mavis. She firmly escorts you to the door. It closes behind you. The night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day. Crickets singing quietly in the sleepy little neighborhood. Everything that happened in the clinic feels almost like a dream. And now that it's over, you realize how little it meshes with your understanding of the world. Go home. It's time to go home. You don't get far before you're interrupted by the jingling of dog tags. Gretchen appears at the edge of the road, running as fast as her geriatric pug legs can carry her. Gretchen seems distressed. She whines as she stares up at you from the ground, eyes desperate, anxiously jumping back and forth and darting away when you try to lean down to her. What's that, girl? Stella stuck in the well? You follow Gretchen. She nervously runs ahead of you the whole time, constantly looking back to make sure you're still there as she leads you into the dark woods. Before long, the trees thin, and you find yourself on a steep hill by a 2-lane road, lined on the one side by sheer rock. And there, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. Gretchen runs up to her and sits in Stella's lap. Gretchen, you're back. Don't scare me like that again. You sit on the log beside her. Mavis? That ghost really did a number on you. I'm so sorry. Do I look that bad? I thought I was kind of distinguished. You look extremely distinguished. I'm just sorry you had to get hurt. I really missed you today. I missed you too. I'm sorry I was gone. I just had to come here. This is where the accident happened. My parents died on this bend in the road. They were taking me to college. I was lying in the back seat. It had just rained and the sun was finally coming out. Oh, you get young, Stella. What? They made it animated. The whole top came off. At least she had her seatbelt on. Yeah, that seatbelt saved you. You would have flung out the car and everything. Oh, I don't even want to know what happened to their heads. Oh my god. Sorry. I know that's probably a bummer to talk about. It was awful. Really messed me up for a while. I think I'm still messed up. There's whole years of my life after that accident I feel like they just never happened. Like every time I try and remember them, it's blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. What? At least it hasn't been like that for a while. Thank God. Aw, Stella. I've never talked about this stuff before with anyone. You reached out to her, taking her hand. It's warm against the cool night air, and the skin of her knuckles is soft. She finally tears her gaze from the rose, her sad eyes meeting yours, but the hint of a smile creeps up the corners of her mouth, her dimples beginning to crease. Her hand shifts, her calloused palm fitting into yours, her grip tightening. It's strong and comforting. You can tell she feels held, and so do you. The two of you stare out at the road. I think the accident is probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just wanted to see them again. I wanted to know whether I even could. I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. Then last night happened, and I ran out here to see if maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again or seeing them all messed up and dead. I just wanted to see them. It's been a whole day. I don't think they're coming. I gotta pee. Fuck. I drank so much water. Oh my god, that was creepy. I kept thinking about that moment when... Jesus, Rhys. You and Stella sit in a thoughtful silence for a long moment, as if both of you still expect something to happen. You're right. There's a new conviction in her voice. What the hell am I doing? Sitting out here waiting to see some awful memory of them. They wouldn't want me to do that. I don't think I realized how much I let this weigh me down. They were excited to bring me someplace new, but I spent the last however many years just standing in place like I was waiting for them to come back home. They would be crushed if they knew that's how I was going to spend the rest of my life. So I'm not going to let that happen. Stella nestles into you, her well-muscled shoulder relaxing against your body. You share each other's warmth as you both stare out at the quiet mountain road. Thank you, Mavis. I feel lighter. She straightens up, stretching her neck. Gretchen hops down from her lap. Tags jingling in the quiet night air. You mean you made a whole bunch of PB&Js and just sat out here all day? We should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. She doesn't need to hear about this tonight. You keep the events that transpired at the clinic to yourself. At least, for now. I don't suppose I could ask you to walk me home. I'd love nothing more. You offer her your arm. She smiles, slipping hers into the crook of your elbow. She pulls you closer till the skin of your forearm brushes against her side. And this is me. Do you want to come in? I'm old. I'm about to die. Yes. Yeah, I feel the same. You wink. This is not supposed to be a dating sim. Stella ushers you inside. A barely contained grin threatening to split into an excited smile. Maybe just go take a quick shower. I've been sitting outside for a day. I need some soap. It'll just take a minute. Then we can get cozy. Oh man, I would kill for a shower. Stella laughs. Yeah, I'm sure you've built up quite a lot of grime today. It's all yours when I'm done. You have no idea. I was chased by a rat boy. She hurries off, leaving you and Gretchen in the living room. Gretchen immediately curls up in her bed, clearly exhausted after a long day of worrying over Stella. But before she has a chance to fall asleep, a heavy knock startles her and you. Gretchen growls, "Oh my god, Wayne, go away. Please." There's someone at the door. Who is it?
You know who it is. Open the door, please, Mavis.
Oh, God. Let me save this one, too. God. Wayne! Wayne! Go away, Wayne. Open the door. You summon the bravery to cross the room and open the door. Wayne cocks his head, the stained veil over his face fluttering in the slight breeze outside. The outside of his clothes are streaked with what you first think might be gore, but you quickly realize it's paint, and there are wide claw marks down his shirt. But he's still in one piece after his altercation with Rhys. Dude, get out of here. I'm in the middle of something.
I'm aware, and I won't stop you. You can have your fun tonight. I just wanted to suggest how you spend your time tomorrow. You should take advantage of Tabitha's absence at the estate. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her around to stop you. Do a little exploring. You might be surprised at what you can find.
He slowly steps back, shining eyes fixed on you as he disappears into the dark night beyond Stella's door. Gretchen growls, escalating to barks. Calm down, Gretchen. Oh, were you just talking to somebody, Mavis? Do I have to tell her about Wayne? And I have nobody here to tell me. Fuck. Ha. Ha. Oh. I would never lie to her if I started. Wayne stopped by to try and spook me. He's still following you? Are you sure we're safe? You don't have to worry about him. I'm not so sure about that. He did just stop by my house at a very late hour while I was preoccupied. It's not super reassuring. I'm too tired to care much about it at this point. I just want to collapse in bed with you. You keep us safe, right, Gretch? Gretchen snarls, yapping fiercely. That's right, Gretchen. You're the most vicious little geriatric pub there is. Let's go to bed before I pass out. All right, but you said you wanted to shower. Sorry. Head's a little fuzzy from staying up for the past day. There's fresh towels in the bathroom, and I've got extra bathrobes. I can put your clothes through the wash so they'll be extra clean and fresh in the morning. It somehow feels like the longest and shortest shower you've ever taken. Too tired to think, too tired to process the flow of time. Stella sits us outside the bathroom door and makes quiet and comfortable small talk with you, and then you're done. You dry off and step into one of her extra robes. So, are you coming in? You walk by Stella and enter her bedroom. She gently closes the door behind you. Sorry I didn't clean up beforehand. You could think of it as getting the authentic Stella experience. She slips past you and lies on the bed. Dressed in an oversized t-shirt, you're quick to follow. She's warm and slightly damp from the shower, her skin fresh and flowery. She turns to look at you, smiling, dimples creasing at the edges of her mouth. You could kiss me if you wanted to. Wait, where's this going? I hope. Guys. Alright, anyway. Kiss her. Just fucking kiss her. You shift closer to her and close your eyes. The magnetic pull of an anticipation rolls down your spine and across your skin. For a moment, that seems to last forever. You take in every detail of the world around you. The fluorescent scent of her eucalyptus shampoo, and beneath it, the slightest hint of campfire. The comforting heat of soft but callous hands against your cheek. The thunder of your heart's beating ever more quickly in unison. The tension rises and rises, a tone seemingly without peak. And then it breaks. Her lips touch yours. They're fresh and minty and soft, cool against yours, and guided by the gentleness of someone looking to hold on to the memory of tonight for a long, long time. And then she pulls you closer. Wait, what's going on? Okay. And then she pulls you closer, tighter, and the two of you lose yourselves in each other. Eventually, the two of you break away and open your eyes, gazing at each other from opposite ends of the pillow. You drift off together, limbs entwined, exhausted, and safe and comforted. Tomorrow may bring some new horror, or it might not. Whatever happens, you'll face it together. This is the end of episode 4. Follow them on social media. These guys are great. Oh, man. Dang, man. That was really good. That was terrifying. I did not enjoy that moment with Rhys at all. That was cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was really awesome. I know I got like one viewer on Twitch, but whatever. But I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Scarlet Hollow. I'll probably, if you're just now getting to this, like I said, I'll probably cut it in 2, so that way it was like 2 hours of recording. My God. But I hope you guys really enjoy this. I did too. I really did. And I'm glad it worked out the way it did, because I really didn't want to die. Whew. But anyway, I hope you guys all hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate the support on this channel. I see that some is slowly growing and getting there. And definitely hit that. Also follow me on Twitch, Mavis Gaming Twitch stream. I stream every once in a while. I also stream with my buddies, Pathios Productions. You can go check his stuff out. Starting to play GTFO again, which is great. But and I'm gonna finish up with Armored Core. I got some stuff in the works for that too, and original artwork, hopefully by Dude. I'm bringing them on board to make some original Armored Core thumbnails for my Armored Core stuff, so I don't know how to borrow other people's. I hate doing that. But anyways, take care. God bless. Once again, if I remind you once more, please hit that like and subscribe button for more content. Ciao.